Yo, yo, what's that word? Hey, let me know if y'all here and if y'all can see the oh yeah, y'all should be able to see everything. I'm waiting till some more people come in. But for the people that just joined, man, we breaking down the King Yella paperwork, man. 1090 Jake just came with a video accusing King Yella of being a rat, so we finna read the paperwork and see what's going on with it. If y'all just can't hit that like button for me though. I want to see a decent amount of likes on here before we even, before we even start, before we get to it. Let me check my mic, make sure I got the right mic on too. Oh yeah, we valid. Am I live? I'm gonna have to check myself. Ain't nobody telling me. We definitely live. I bet I see y'all. You say why the Yella kick me off the live? We gonna get into that too. But look, we finna break down the paperwork. Shout out to 9J for the paperwork once again. Let's see. Alright. So we gonna start off right here. I guess he went to federal trial or court with a public defender named Renee Valadares. This ain't really too much important. Alright, we got United States District Court, District of Nevada. The United States of America versus Simone Champagne Lewis, which is King Yella. So this is the motion to suppress. Basically, from what 1090 Jake said, the only reason he even was able to get the statement was because he filed a motion to suppress his statement, which I don't know why. I don't know if he was doing it to try to cover whatever he said or was it something beneficial to his case. But according to 1090 Jake, once he filed the motion to suppress the evidence, it kind of bit him in the butt, I guess, because it made things available that I guess wasn't supposed to be available. So look, I'm finna read the motion to suppress. It says Simone Lewis, through his counsel, Assistant Federal Public Defender Margaret Lambros, requested court to suppress all evidence and statements Las Vegas Metro Police Department officers obtained from the unlawful search and seizure following officers' traffic stop of Mr. Lewis on February 1st, 2018. Officers obtained the challenged evidence by violating Mr. Lewis' Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights in several ways. First, maybe they meant first. First, the officers unjustifiably prolonged Mr. Lewis' seizure and exceeded the scope of the traffic stop. The officers thus conducted a de facto arrest. Let's see something real quick. Let me know why I look at that. Oh, I'll go to it later. All right, so that was page one. Page two. Oh, it wasn't done. De facto arrest of Mr. Lewis without probable cause to do so. Second, Officer Devers conducted an unreasonable frisk of Mr. Lewis. Third, officers unlawfully seized Mr. Lewis' car. Fourth, officers failed to Mirandarize Mr. Lewis prior to interrogating him. But for these multiple Constitution violations, officers will have not discovered the gun obtained or Mr. Lewis's. Let me go to the next page to see. That's that. Oh, or Mr. Lewis's statements about the gun. For these reasons, all physical and testimonial evidence in this case must be suppressed as fruit of the poisonous tree. All right, that's what they tried to do. They tried to put a motion to suppress it. Let's see what happened. And for the people that's just coming, this a breakdown of all the paperwork from King Yella case. Even the paperwork that 1090 ain't really cover. We finna cover everything. Why is it starting like this? Hold on, I'll be right back, y'all. Hey, That's funny. I remember this. I think this is the video of the police. Do you remember the video when what's his name, when Yella got arrested and it's like a body cam footage of him with the police? They say, "You stupid motherfucker. I hope you fucking rot in hell, you piece of shit. You know what? Fuck you. You dumb as they come." He say, "Bye, have fun in prison, bitch." What the fuck? They petty as head. What the fuck? They just threw me out. Imagine police officers screaming these obscenities at you after being stopped for a minor parking infraction. Imagine officers forcing you out of your car for that parking infraction, frisking and handcuffing you against a police car. Imagine standing there humiliated after an officer subject you to a strip search and puts his hands down your pants and into your underwear behind your groin. And imagine all of this happening on the side of a busy street during rush hour traffic with cars driving by and people walking past. Simone Lewis did not have to imagine this. This is what happened to him on February 1st, 2018, when LVMPD officers repeatedly violated his constitutional rights. On the late afternoon of February 1st, 2018, Las Vegas Metro Police Department officers stopped Mr. Lewis as he drove on Harmon Lane in Las Vegas. Officers allegedly stopped Mr. Lewis due to a parking infraction that occurred when Mr. Lewis was parked in a handicapped space at an apartment complex. When the officers stopped Mr. Lewis, he immediately presented them with his driver's license and vehicle documents. The officers took the license and vehicle documents from Mr. Lewis, but tossed them into the patrol car without making any effort to issue a traffic ticket. Instead of issuing a ticket, the officers demanded that Mr. Lewis exit the car. Mr. Lewis repeatedly questioned why he was being required to get out his car for a parking infraction. He received no answers. At that point, members of the LVMPD Conviction Center area command arrived. One of the officers drew his weapon on Mr. Lewis and screamed at him to exit his car. At the same time, another officer opened the driver's side door to Mr. Lewis's car. Mr. Lewis immediately got out of his car without incident. Yet, officers pushed Mr. Lewis against his car, handcuffed and frisked him, and placed him against the hood of a squad car. Hey, if y'all just came in, hit that like button for me too. You say be careful. I'm literally reading paperwork, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If you mad at me reading paperwork, I don't know what to say. I mean, you mad at yourself. All right. Instead of taking any action to issue Mr. Lewis a traffic citation for 16 minutes, LVMPD officers searched his car, rummaging for evidence of a crime. During that time, other officers interrogated Mr. Lewis without Mirandaizing him and repeatedly searched him. While officers questioned Mr. Lewis and searched his car, they also muted their body-worn cameras so the cameras would not record officers' investigation and conduct. After illegally interrogating Mr. Lewis, searching his car, including unlocking and searching his glove box, that's illegal too, what I heard, unless they submit you committing a crime. One of the officers conducted what amounted to a strip search. One officer placed his hands down Mr. Lewis' pants and into his underwear behind his groin area where a handgun was located, 16 minutes after the initial traffic stop. While at least 6 officers on the scene began screaming and degrading Mr. Lewis, it was not until over 2 hours after the initial traffic stop that Mr. Lewis received his Miranda warnings. LVMPD officers conducted and violated Mr. Lewis. Hold on, y'all, man. I think my hair was a cane. Man, they done messed up. Let me get my hair was doing the stream, so I'm gonna try to stay focused with y'all though. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. It's time to put this fruit up, man. I tried to do the healthy route. But Harold's just pulled up. It's a wrap. I'll get back to this later. Made this too damn hard. Hold on. I don't know why I left off, but the Harold threw me off, y'all. But look, what I say, LVMPD officers conduct violated Mr. Lewis' Fourth Amendment and Fifth Amendment rights, and all evidence tainted by officers and unlawful seizure must be suppressed. Mr. Lewis seeks to suppress the gun, bullets, DNA, and all other tangible testimonial evidence stemming from the illegal seizure and search, as well as any fruits of the evidence officers unlawfully obtained. On February 1st, 2018, approximately 4:30 p.m., LVMPD officer E. Nahum was driving a marked police car in Las Vegas. Exhibit A report Bates 012. While on patrol, Nahum claimed he saw a silver Infiniti M45 parked in a handicapped space at an apartment complex. Nahum further claimed that he was going to issue the driver, later identified as Simone Lewis, a parking violation, but Mr. Lewis drove away before Nahum had the chance to do so. Nahum followed Mr. Lewis to the intersection of Harmon Ave and Covell Lane and turned on his siren. Nahum body worn camera Exhibit B at 1:30. Mr. Lewis complied with the officer's commands and pulled over the car. At that point, Nahum approached Mr. Lewis' car and advised he stopped Lewis for a parking infraction. I'm gonna go to the next page, but I'm definitely gonna break down this here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make it so y'all can read it though. In the meantime. Hey, shout out to CPTNG Globe. So follow me. Let me go rinse this fork off though real quick. What I'm looking for. All right, the officer claimed he saw a silver Infiniti M45 parked in a handicapped space at an apartment complex. Hold on, did I not read this already? Oh, this is the other page, I guess. Later identifies Simone Lewis a parking violation, but Mr. Lewis, yeah, I read this already. At that point, he approached his car and advised he stopped Lewis for Mr. Lewis has driver's license ready to present. Yeah, we read that. After Mr. Lewis gave his license to the officers, officer asked Mr. Lewis to roll down his back window so that Divas could look into the car. Exhibit B. Mr. Lewis compiled and rolled his window back down. Nahum then asked Mr. Lewis to exit his car. Mr. Lewis asked why he needed to exit the vehicle, stating that as he had done nothing wrong, he was going to exit the vehicle. Nahum told Mr. Lewis that he needed to exit the car because now you're making me nervous. Nahum then called for backup. Officers from LVMPD unit then arrived. Officer O'Connell draws his weapon on Mr. Lewis's and demanded he exit the car. At that point, Nahum opened Mr. Lewis's driver's side door, and Mr. Lewis exited the vehicle without incident. After Nahum opened the driver's side door, Devers immediately handcuffed and frisked Mr. Lewis as he stepped out the car. No weapons or contraband were found during that frisk, and at no point did Mr. Lewis resist the officers. Let me just go to the next page. After handcuffing Mr. Lewis, Devers placed him against the hood of the police car and frisked him again. Devers also asked Mr. Lewis if he had anything illegal on him. After Devers conducted a full pat-down search of Mr. Lewis, he asked another officer if there were anything in here. Officer Connell also asked Mr. Lewis if he had anything in the car. During this time, officers never informed Mr. Lewis that he was not under arrest, nor did the officers read Mr. Lewis his Miranda warnings. After 7 minutes into the traffic stop, none of the officers had written Mr. Lewis a traffic ticket for the alleged parking violation. While the 6 officers on the scene continued questioning Mr. Lewis and searching his car, Nahum conducted various database checks on Mr. Lewis, and Officer Gower conducted a field interview. Gower questioned Mr. Lewis about who he gangbangs with. All right, now it's getting a little crazy. I guess this is the interrogation. Talking about who he gangbanging with, and Mr. Lewis if he was a felon. Gower also questioned Mr. Lewis about who he was visiting in the Harbor Island, where that person's apartment was located, and a friend's name who he was visiting. Mr. Lewis informed the officer he was visiting a female friend who was a nurse. Nahum also questioned Mr. Lewis about what was he doing at the Harbor Island apartments, how long has he been in town, where he permanently resides, and where he received mail. Gower asked Mr. Lewis questions about the color of his eyes and how he normally styles his hair. He also asked for Mr. Lewis's phone number. While Gower questioned Mr. Lewis, Devers searched his jacket and pants pockets. It's like 600 y'all know the 63 lights. I ain't finna start back reading this until y'all throw some more lights on it. And I'm hungry, so I gladly just eat this chicken. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gotta like this video of y'all really bogus. How many people came through here so far? There been 1,300 people that came through so far, and we don't got 100 likes. That's crazy. That's cool though. I'm hungry as hell anyway. Give me a break. Once that like count go up, we'll get back to it. That's funny. And what y'all think so far though? Y'all, we ain't really get to the crazy parts and none too juicy yet, right? Not what y'all looking for at least. All right, doing a database search, Nahum pulled up a CCAC bulletin regarding Mr. Lewis. Nahum then began discussing the bulletin with Officer Bailey. Nahum told Bailey we saw Lewis when he was over there at the Harbor Island and was parked in a handicap. So we were like, yeah. At that point in officer's conversation, the audio cut off because Nahum had muted his body camera. Nahum had left his body camera on mute for the next 11 minutes. After 13 minutes into the stop, none of the 6 officers had taken any action to write Mr. Lewis a citation for the alleged parking violation. While searching Mr. Lewis's car, Officer O'Connell unlocked the glove box and searched it. Exhibit D. One of the officers found marketing packages and a guest pass from apartment complex in his car and proclaimed, "There you go. This establishes him being there longer than 48 hours." The officers also searched the car center console, under the seats, under the floor mats, and the trunk. Exhibit G. Geong body. While searching Mr. Lewis's car and questioning Mr. Lewis, the officers continued muting their body cameras for extended periods. Counsel for the defense requested that the government provide a copy of the CCAC bulletin. However, the government did not provide it. In the arrest report, Nahum alleged that once Mr. Lewis was out of his car, Nahum determined through a record check that Mr. Lewis had previously been issued a trespass citation. In 2018, due to the citation, Nahum apparently contacted Detective Burgundy, who informed Nahum that Mr. Lewis was currently in violation of 197C requirements for failing to register as a felon within 48 hours of being in Las Vegas. Nahum's arrest report further alleged that based on his conversation with Burgundy, Mr. Lewis was then placed under arrest for violation and search incident to the arrest. However, that account of events is inconsistent with the body camera footage that shows the officers questioning Mr. Lewis about his residence and searching his car for almost 16 minutes before Divas searched Mr. Lewis and located his gun. Thus, an evidentiary hearing is necessary to develop the accurate timeline of events. All right, hit that like button for me, y'all. I gotta take a little break. Not too long. You say Yella ain't tell them anything that they didn't already know? Why answer it though? Why they even asking it if they don't know? Because they need somebody to say it on record. That's why I would assume. Which y'all think the police just ask you a question for no reason? Like just for the hell of it? All right, let me see. Was this red already? Yeah, I think this was red. Oh yeah, it was. All right, we finna go to page 8. 16 minutes into the traffic stop, the 6 officers still had not written Mr. Lewis a citation for the parking violation. After Gall questioned Mr. Lewis for approximately 10 minutes, Divas searched Mr. Lewis again for a 4th time. During this search, Divas grabbed the outside of Mr. Lewis's groin area, and Divas and Gower repeatedly asked Mr. Lewis what he had in there. Mr. Lewis repeatedly stated that he did not have anything. Divas eventually put his hands down. Mr. Lewis down his pants and into his underwear. Why they keep saying the same thing over and over? Locating a handgun behind his groin. At this point, Gower began screaming and cursing at Mr. Lewis. Fucker, I hope you fucking rot in hell, you piece of shit. You're as dumb as they come. Bye, have fun in prison, bitch. Officer Gion then called Mr. Lewis a motherfucker as Divas placed him into the patrol vehicle. Apart from the gun registered to Mr. Lewis' girlfriend, officers did not find any other weapons or contraband in Mr. Lewis's car or on him. According to the police report, Detective Burgundy and Detective Snewell, I don't know, it don't matter. Mr. Lewis read him his Miranda warnings at approximately 6:30 p.m., 2 hours after the stop. Mr. Lewis allegedly responded with a verbal when Burgundy asked if he understood his rights. Burgundy then interrogated Mr. Lewis for 2.5 hours, which he made statements about the gun being registered to his girlfriend. All right, so that's the first statement he made. He basically said the gun was registered to his girlfriend. And if the gun registered, I ain't gonna say it could affect her, but he didn't have to say that, you know? Like they gonna see that once they look it up anyway, once they do the check and shit. So it's like you could just let him do it. When Gower was done with his tirade, he muted the audio on his body worn camera. The transcript of the voluntary statement that the government disclosed to the defense does not provide the date or time that the interrogation took place. The only information the defense received regarding the time of the interrogation was from Nahum's arrest report. However, from the transcript of the statement, it appears that this interrogation concluded at 9 p.m. A hearing is necessary to develop an accurate timeline. Let me know what y'all think so far in the comments. We got like 64 pages of paperwork to go through, so we got a minute, you know. So I'm definitely finna keep on eating this chicken. I don't want my shit to get cold on y'all. You say I never thought I would witness a whole snitch era. This shit aside, if you're not about that life, don't join at all. Fuck if you about it. Cause somebody gonna snitch on you. All right, so you say just stick to your interviews, but it's like 800 y'all sitting here watching this. It ain't been 800 people at the last premiere, the last interview. So why you telling me to do this if you here watching this? Covering facts. I'm barely even giving my own opinion about this. I'm literally reading the paperwork, and it's messy. So is the court messy too? Like, are they messy for allowing this paperwork to be out? I'm so confused, bro. Only reason y'all saying that is because of the live me and him just had. But I was finna do this before the live. He just happened to do all that on the live. But I'm still not doing the most on the live. I could do way more. I could give my opinion way more. I could really get, but I ain't on that. I don't have to do that because the paperwork itself is doing it. The paperwork talk for itself. I don't gotta talk. Let me know if the live tripping though. It looked like I lost some viewers. Something must have happened. If the live get the tweaking on YouTube, y'all can always slide to my Twitch. My Twitch is 16 Shout 'em. Also, in the meantime, make sure y'all check out my platinum membership on my YouTube and all that. Check out the platinum membership. Full Take Savage interview out right now. It's a lot of interviews out right now. Go check them out. I'm gonna read one more page, then I'm gonna eat some more chicken. I gotta paste this shit. You say saying someone is in a gang is not snitching. Okay, so if saying someone in a gang is not snitching or is not hurting or incriminating, why do the police ask how that person in the gang? How come when Lil Durk had his case going on in Atlanta with Von and them, they was in court basically arguing that Lil Durk was a black disciple, and he was saying he wasn't, and he haven't gang bang in a long time, and he came from a bad environment and changed. Like, why would people be trying to fight to say they not gang members if saying a gang member, if it wasn't an issue? It might not be a crime to be a gang member, but do you not realize when you're doing crimes and you're a gang member, it enhances the charges? Do you not understand, like, shit get worse when you're a gang member? Do you not understand when you go to the county and they classify you as a gang member, they put you certain areas that it's like everything changes? Do you not understand that actually makes a difference if you're a gang member or not, and if you're a documented gang member? Like, you shouldn't say that. Just let people say that themselves. Like, I think he well, we ain't gonna make this about that live. But I was about to say, like, I think that live we did made him mad because I brought up that he went on a live with big folks and said that I was GD or something. And I know for a fact I never said I was GD on none of these platforms. Never said I was no gang on none of these platforms. So why would you be saying it? It just don't make sense. Why would you say something like that? I never said nothing like that. Bro, that's crazy. But officers ultimately ultimately booked Mr. Lewis in the Clark County Detention Center at 1:04 a.m. 9 hours after Nahum and Diva stopped him from the parking violation. I just lost my what do it say about? All right. He was charged with convicted felon. What is that? Convicted felon failure to register, carry, and conceal a weapon without a permit, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, and parking in a handicap space. That's crazy. Oh, he got all this for parking in a handicap. They basically probably was waiting on him to fuck up. That's what it sounds like. After being released from the Clark County Detention Center, Mr. Lewis was arrested by federal marshals and charged with a single count of felon in possession of a firearm. Wait, so he got out of the county jail and then the feds snatched him up for the gun? The government bears the burden of proving Mr. Lewis's warrantless seizure and search falls with an exception to the Fourth Amendment warrant requirement. The Fourth Amendment provides, in a relevant part, the right of the people to be secure and their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. Mr. Lewis's body plainly falls within the protection of the Fourth Amendment, as does his car. It is beyond dispute that a vehicle is in effect as that term is used in the amendment. We have previously held that the owner of an automobile has a legitimate expectation of privacy in the car and therefore has standing to object an unconstitutional search. Police seize an individual within the meaning of the Fourth Amendment when a law enforcement officer, through coercion, physical force, or show of authority in some way restricts the liberty of that person. Why they keep doing these parentheses? A person's liberty is restrained when taking into consideration all of the circumstances surrounding the encounter. The police conduct would have communicated to a reasonable person that he was not at liberty to ignore the police presence and go about his business. They basically just quoting amendments in basic certain cases. Well, they had to exercise it, I guess. All right, y'all know how I go. New page, new wing. I'm finna just kill this shit real quick. Think that nigga gonna put his hands on me. You drunk, TIG. Once again, shout out to 1090J for this paperwork too. Get us to 350 likes. I'm gonna start it back. Until then, I'm eating. Hey, did my camera freeze? Oh, my camera cut off. Well, let me go change my battery real quick, y'all. All right, we back. We back. I can't see exactly how many likes we got, but I know there ain't no 3 right there. All I see is a 2, so I'm gonna keep on taking my break. If you've been here since the beginning, type of W. If you plan on staying here to the end, type of 16. It's a lot of work. We got the interrogation. We got some court shit. We got y'all see. I ain't finna break it all down to y'all right now. And shout out everybody with them W's in the chat. I see W and 16 on phone now. Shout out to y'all for real, for real. All right, well, I got one, two, three, four. Damn, I got a couple wings. I gotta stop playing. All right. I think that was a long enough break. Back to it. I really don't want to keep reading these amendments and shit, gang. That shit kind of dry. They ain't really talking about much right there. They basically just saying the government ain't gonna be able to find the burden with respect to these warrantless searches and seizures. They feel like everything was they feel like his rights was violated basically in so many words. Officer arrested Mr. Lewis without probable cause because officers' actions unjustly prolonged Mr. Lewis' seizure and exceeded the scope of the traffic stop. Let me know if y'all do want me to read all of this though, because if y'all do, I will. Like even the parts where it's just talk like the technicalities and talking about the Constitution and Illinois versus this and Terry versus Ohio and all that. If y'all want me to read that, let me know. I don't know if we gonna keep it on top of y'all. We ain't gonna make it about going in on a motherfucker. Task not related to the mission, blah 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 blah. Yeah, they still doing this. Yeah, they still basically trying to prove that what they was doing was unlawful. Hey, this look like this might be something else. Nope, they still talking about reasonable suspicion. Him getting searched. All right, this some different right here. Conclusion: for these reasons, Mr. Lewis respectfully requests that the court grant the motion to suppress. So they wanted to suppress his statement. So something about his statement must have been incriminating for him, or it didn't look good, so they want to suppress it. Let's see why. Or it might be some parole shit or something, maybe. All right, so he filed a motion to suppress the arrest report, body cam video, transcript of his voluntary statement, and body cam and a booking voucher. Let's see how that turned out. The undersigned hereby certifies that she is an employee of the federal public defender for the District of Nevada and is a person of such age and discretion as to be competent to serve papers. That on July 19, 2018, she served an electronic copy of the above and foregone motion to suppress. All right, next page. All right, now this is the arrest report. This is him getting, they basically breaking down his arrest. Got his name, Simone Lewis. Charges: ex-felon failed to register, address change, prohibited person in possession of a firearm, and carry concealed. Arresting Officer E. Nahum. Arresting Officer 2. Devers. Felony arrest packet. Approved by, ain't no printing name, none of that. I, hey, look. This man, hold on. What? This man got booked with a 380 Ruger, a 6-shot 380 Ruger with 4 bullets in it. You tweaking. You should have just left that bitch at home at that point, gang. But you outside with a 380 Ruger, a 6-shot 380 Ruger with 6 bullets. That's crazy. I guess he ain't in Iraq. He probably like, I don't need that, but that's crazy. He got his pictures on here. He look mad as hell. They're like mad as hell he get booked though. Alright, let's say on 2/1/2018, Officer Nahum was working as a marked patrol unit conducting blah 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 blah. We read that already. I think this the officer giving his report. Yeah, this the officer giving his report. It looked like he basically saying all the shit he was saying in the beginning. The reason why he pulled him over, what he seen. He said he made eye contact with him, and then he accelerated his pace, entered the vehicle, and drove away. I then went to my vehicle in an attempt to make a vehicle stop on the car and issued a parking citation, at which point the vehicle exited the Harbor Island Apartments at a high rate of speed westbound onto Harmon Lane. I was able to catch up to the vehicle at the intersection of Harmon Avenue and Covo Lane and was finally able to perform the vehicle stop at 125 East Harmon, just west of Covo Lane, and made contact with Lewis upon my approach with officers Devers to vehicle Lewis out to the vehicle. Lewis only rolled the window approximately 45 inches. Lewis already had his driver's license and vehicle documents in his hands upon the initial approach. I explained to Lewis that the reason I was stopping him was due to the fact that he was parked in a handicapped parking spot, at which point Lewis pushed his documents out of the small crack of the window and told me to issue him a ticket. Lewis was fidgety and was non-compellant to our verbal commands. I mean, non-compliant to our verbal commands. I asked him why he was apprehensive towards. Hey, is the stream messing up, y'all? Let me know. Cause it's telling me it is. I got on numbers and lines was helping. Them motherfuckers back. All right, let's talk about once he got out the vehicle. Once Lewis was out of the vehicle, I conducted a records check on Lewis, and CIU detective N. Brigandi was contacted due to Lewis being trespassed from the Cromwell on the 23rd. Detective Brigandi advised that Lewis is a multiple time ex felon who is currently in violation of 179C requirements. Failing to register as an ex felon within 48 hours. Due to the fact that he is currently living in Las Vegas, even though he identified himself with the Illinois driver's license, Lewis was placed under arrest for said violation. Officer Devers performed search incident to lawful arrest, at which point he located a Ruger LCP2 firearm, I ain't finna say the serial number, in Lewis Grown area after performing a frame sweep. Officer Devers felt what he believed through his training and experience to be a metal part of the firearm barrel and asked Lewis what the item. You don't need no motherfucking training to know you feel a gun in a nigga fan. They say, but in his drawers, how you don't know? What he believed through his training experience to blah blah blah. All right. Let's say He said, asked Mr. Lewis what the item was, and Lewis stated that what Officer Devers felt was his dick. Officer Devers immediately recovered the item and confirmed that in fact it was a semi-automatic firearm, and Lewis was placed into the back of a car. On the first, Detective Amber Gandhi conducted a tape interview with Lewis. The following is a summation of the interview, which he was submitted for transcription. Lewis was read his custodial rights from the LVMPD issued Miranda card. Lewis stated, yeah. During the course of the interview, Lewis stated that he was stopped by officers for a parking and handicap spaces violation. Lewis stated that he is an ex-felon out of Chicago for aggravated assault on a police officer with a firearm. Aggravated assault on a police officer with a firearm and for narcotics and cocaine. Lewis acknowledged he had the firearm concealed in his underwear next to his genitals. He admitted that? He must have copped out. Lewis stated that the firearm was a Ruger 380 purchased by his girlfriend. Lewis said the reason he had the firearm was for protection. Oh, yeah, he tweaking. See, first, I'm thinking he was saying, like, all right, because this is the part I wasn't really feeling like he was telling for, right? Because I'm thinking that he's saying, like, this my girl gun is registered. I ain't know it was in a car. Maybe when she ain't know, she might have left it. Might be her car, whatever. But he telling them she bought the gun and he carried for protection, which probably put her in trouble because she giving her gun to a felon. I don't know if that's like a crime or something. But he a felon. I wouldn't admit it to that shit. That ain't good for you or her. But if he copped out, maybe he got a. I don't know. Lewis said the reason. Yeah, he read that. A routine record check indicated that Lewis is a convicted felon out of Chicago for the following. How he had that cocaine. Lewis was arrested for the following offenses: own or possess a firearm by prohibited person, ex-felon, due to the fact that Lewis is a convicted felon out of Chicago for aggravated assault on a police officer with a firearm, and a cocaine charge in 2009, Chicago, and was in possession of a Ruger 380 semi-automatic handgun. Due to the fact that Lewis had a Ruger 380 semi-automatic handgun concealed in his underwear, not discernible by ordinary observation, convicted person ex-felon failed to register. Oh, this is basically all the shit he got arrested for. We already know about that. Next. My phone's steady vibrating. Where's that? Am I missing something? All right, declaration of arrest. Let me see. The undersigned makes the following declarations subject to the penalty of perjury. All right, all right. This must be another officer continuation report, maybe? Because we definitely did that already. Yo, I'm live on YouTube. What's that word? It's told before now. I don't know if you want me to hang up or what. Told I'm trying to still have a conversation. Yeah, we ran all that. I think that's just another officer giving his report. All right, now this is the statement, the voluntary statement of Simone Lewis. Matter of fact, this the part y'all waiting on. Hit that like button on phone now. I'm not even finna let y'all see. I'll just tell y'all hit that like button. We still ain't got 300 something likes. We ain't playing that statement till y'all get there. So you snitched on the guys who they was getting it from, the police too. Who y'all talking about? Yeah, he told them some information. Just keep watching. This is a statement right here. A lot of people get mad at me when I be asking like volunteer and shit. This should be saying voluntary. So he did get him a tape recorder interview with Detective Brigandy. This is the line of questioning. Question. This is Detective North and Brigandy and Detective Blank. Snore conducting a taped interview under event at Harmon and Koval, which was 467 initiated by Conviction Center Area Patrol Command. Conducting taped interview with Simone Lewis, which is King Yella. Is that how you pronounce it? Yella say, mm-hmm. Question. Cemone. He started it and then he finished it for him. He say, "What's your social, man?" I guess he tell him. He asked another question. He say, "Mm-hmm." He say, "What's your phone number?" He tell him. He say, 97. Where do you currently live? I'm in the Harbor Islands, but blank. Harbor Islands, so that's blank. What unit? And then he said whatever he said. How long you been there? Just since yesterday. What about prior to that? Where were you staying? He told him where he was staying. The next question, they blanked it out. He said, mm-hmm. Why did you move out of there? Oh well, me and my girls getting to it. He said, me and my girls getting to it. So he just going from one girl to the next girl type shit. Cause what do you mean when you say me and my girls getting to it? That's like multiple people. All right. Real quick, Simone, or is that how you pronounce it? He said, yeah. He said, all right. Because they got you in cuffs, man, and you're not free to leave, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with an attorney before questioning. You have the right to to presence of an attorney during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you before questioning. You understand your rights? Mm-hmm. Hey, so I introduced myself to you earlier, man. I work up in the intel section. So this is the gang intel officer. This is another officer coming up to him, telling him exactly where he worked. His job is to get intel on gangs, gang intel. He say, he told Chicago go down like the Golden State Warriors. Y'all playing. Man, they trying to clap the live, bro. They doing it right at the good part too, huh? I ain't even get y'all. Y'all ain't even get to the statement. Is it back on? Y'all say it's back. It's still telling me it's messed up. If it do change, just let me know. Everybody saying it's good. He said, well, you know that's meant for handicapped people, blah, blah, blah. You don't have a handicap, right? Or placard. Say, mm-hmm. Was that on answer shit? He say, so you're wrong, right? He's trying to get a minute. He say, yeah. All right. How long you been in Vegas? About a year, back and forth. About a year from Chicago. Mm-hmm. Born and raised in Chicago, right? Yes, sir. Where else do you reside? Shit, here and there. Here in Chicago. Mm-hmm. You still have family out there? Like you blank? Everybody. I ain't got nobody here. All right. I've been doing my homework and stuff. So like the 55 West Hyenes, you and a girl moved out there like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, right? Yeah. Where you been at since? Out here in these streets, like, where do you lay your head at? He told they as I be in these streets. I was sleeping in my car or blank. Okay, and what happened to the Jaguar? They ass repoed it. Repoed it when? Like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so what's up with this it's in a M45 Infinity. Mm-hmm. When you get that like a week ago. Leased it, bought it, leased it from I forgot. It was a car lot on Sahara. Is it an Infinity dealer or no? It was. He got different cars. What are they giving you a month on that? Like 500. What are they giving you a month on that? Like 500. All right. So you just leased it this week, like a week ago. I'm just asking because we had stuff with these guys up here, and with the high end cars, with the Bentleys and Rolls, and they're doing VIN switches and all that nonsense. So he said, "Yeah, I ain't blank." He said, yeah." So yeah, no, all my shit straight. I didn't do none of that shit. What these niggas got going on, that's probably what he said. Don't got nothing to do with me. All right, so you go by moniker King Yella, right? Mm-hmm. Is that what everybody knows you as? Mm-hmm. Even growing up in Chicago, mm-hmm. And you're a rapper, right? Mm-hmm. You signed to a specific label or no? I'm independent. Independent. How long you been rapping? Since I was a kid. And what's up? You a gangster disciple, correct? Well, I really don't gang bang, but that's what you know what I'm saying. All right, so when they asked him about if he gang bang, he told them he don't gang bang. But you know what I'm saying, basically. He say born into it or yeah, basically jumped in or born in. Born in. Okay, what part of Chicago? South side. South side. What do you have felony convictions for in Chicago? Crack case and blank. A crack case. Yeah. Then how much time did you do to crack the case? Nothing. I got probation. What was it? Was it a conviction though? Yeah, blank. Felony. Mm-hmm. And then aggravated assault with the firearm. They lied and said I pointed the gun at him. Aggravated, aggravated assault on a police officer. He ain't want to say nothing. No response. He say, "Is that a felony?" Yeah. How much time did you do on that? Like 18 months. Was that Cook County or you went to prison? I went to the penitentiary. What pen? Dickinson Correctional Center. Dixon Correctional. Those the only convictions you have? Yep. Rest of the stuff was all played out or dropped or blank. Yeah, a lot of miscellaneous bullshit. When the aggravated assault on the PO. Oh, when was the aggravated assault on the PO? 2010. I'm gonna stop reading the That's a long time. Been in trouble since then. Well, some tiff up here in Planet Hollywood or something, right? Oh, he probably meant to say I ain't been in trouble since then. So the officer asks, "Well, blank up here in Planet Hollywood or something, right? Where's the cops? Where the cops took you on a ticket or something one night? Yeah, when was that? Well, they was just fucking blank sidewalk. They was just being stupid. What do you remember? When what? Do you remember when that was? In like September or August or some shit like that. September or August. So the thing is, I mean, you're a pretty high profile guy. You can go to your name and come up with you can go to your name and you come up all over the internet and YouTube. Fair to say? Yes, sir. You know, with the music stuff and stuff like that, there's been an open feud on the internet between you and Blank. Yeah, are you guys cool? Do you know his real name? And Blank, I don't know his real name, but Blank, that's not no, it's no beef. What? What's the beef between what? So it looked like they asked him about Offset right now. And he said the beef was over Cardi B. Even though they blanked out the names, you could kind of put two and two together because they say it's about Cardi B. Cardi B, the rapper, right? Yeah, is that fair to say? Yes, sir. So you had some kind of previous relationship with Cardi. My homie used to fuck her. Who's that? Blank, her ex boyfriend, Tommy G's. Tommy, Tommy, are your boy from Chicago? No, he's from New York. He tell the police Tommy G's name. He ain't say nothing bad though. I just wouldn't be mentioning these niggas for what? He's in New York. You getting booked for a pipe case. Y'all talking about Cardi B and Tommy G's and Offset. Like, what these people got to do with the gun case? Who knows? He's from New York, is he? Tommy who? Tommy G's. Is he a rapper or producer? Rapper now. Where is he from? The Bronx or from Harlem? Harlem. So he was with her and he created some kind of feud between you and him on the no, I made a post and I just posted and I said we been had your bitch. You know what I'm saying? That was it. They took it all on the internet like I said I did it. Well, but he just got engaged to her, which has been all over everything, all over every news and the internet thing too, right? Yeah. So how do you think that would make him feel? You know what I mean? I mean, is it gonna start some kind of beef? I mean, I really didn't think blank. I didn't even really think that it was all gonna, you know what I'm saying? Do what it did, but shit. He said it blew up. Yeah, it blew up. It blew up bigger than what I thought it was going to. Okay, so the concern is like they have residency here. They all come here frequently and perform and stuff like that. I mean, what's gonna go down if you guys cross paths in a club? I don't know. I'm not on that with them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what they might be on. You know what I'm saying? Or you know how they feel? They was all, it was all fun and games with me. Like it's nothing. Blank. Like he ain't killed nobody I know. Or you know what I'm saying? They ain't did nothing, hurt nobody I know, so there's not no beef. That from Atlanta? Yeah. That from the A. Is he a GD? Yeah. From Atlanta? Mm-hmm. Another red flag. Telling the police that man a gang member. I don't know why. You getting locked up for a gun and probation or some type of parole violations or some shit like. So it got nothing to do with Offset. That's what I was trying to explain. I don't know why he got mad at me for trying to explain this. I wasn't even calling him a rat. I just was explaining like you don't have to do that. Hey, Street Knowledge TV, fuck you. What about the rest? That's what I'm saying. How they gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? Post me all this shit talking about gang members and all this shit. I mean, money. Some of this shit don't make sense. So it did. So it. Uh, I don't know why they typing they typos and shit. So it did escalate from you just joking around or clowning about it with the original post. Yeah, it escalated to the point of where now it got a little out of control. Yeah, but it's really not blank, no control. Like you know what I'm saying? Just let me ask you this. So other than what we see in the social media on the news and stuff like that and stuff like that on the side between you and him or people associated with you and him, has people made threats? No. No deaths, threats or nothing. No. Nothing amping it up. No. Ain't never been a death threat about me. None of that shit. None of that. Okay, did you know they were going to be here this weekend? Yeah. You plan on crossing paths with them? Or you just, no, I'm not paying them no attention, bro. Question: stay in your lane and blank. I swear to God, on G, on my kid. I don't know if he said I swear to God on a G or on God. You know how he be saying on God. He probably was in that bitch. I swear to God on God on my kids. I'm not paying them no attention. Like that not on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was all internet fun and games. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he was chasing this shit. I said a big name, Cardi, big name. He was chasing this shit. It went a little too far. The police found out. Where do you blank? They is one of the biggest artists, like a group. So of course, you know what I'm saying. And they got them all fucking whatever. They got a contract with Dre. So of course, Dre's gonna feel some type of way. Like if they get hurt or something happen like that, you know what I'm saying. But Dre's label, blah blah blah. No, I'm talking about at the club. Oh, blank. At the Cromwell, because people already called me like, man, they got your picture in here talking about some you a known game banger and woo woo woo. But like that shit ain't even. Oh, I know. This shit not even as big as it is. And they're big. They're probably the biggest thing in Atlanta since Outkast, right? Man, they the biggest thing in everywhere right now. Shit. Yeah, I mean they're hot right now. And Cardi B. Blank. So Blank was just a name. Question is blank. I didn't know it was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Was it Quavo? Quavo got hit with a robbery at One Oak in New York last night. On the night before. He said he did. He said, yeah, it was some jewelry. He owed some jeweler like 30 grand or something. Oh, I ain't know that shit. They beat the dude and took his chain or something. They beat Quavo up. No. They beat the jeweler up. He get the fuck out of here. Yeah, there was just a report filed and all of that's over the news and stuff. So since you've been down here, where do you record out here? Like the Palms, the one behind the Palms on the Vaso. No, is it? No, is it in? There's a studio inside the Palms. Inside the Palms, yeah. And then like my little, little people, they got studios in their houses. Blank, like I've been there, but I don't really be like going to places where everybody gonna be at. What about Parlay behind the Palms? No, I ain't even know there's a studio behind the Palms. And I heard something this week. You signed with Floyd Mayweather. He say Floyd's. He probably meant Floyd's team. That shit ain't blank. Who put that out? That shit ain't what they think it is, but blank. What's up with those guys? I mean, I fuck with them, holler at them and shit, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't gave me no paper, and if he did, I wouldn't be in this infinity. I would be in laughing. What was the last video you put out this week? What? The one that just popped up on YouTube that came out a week ago. Oh, out the mud, the other one. Which one? Cardi Truth or whatever it's called. Oh, that's out. It came out a couple weeks ago. And where'd you film it at? Some apartments over there. Over there in Vegas, yeah. Where? Like I forgot the name of the apartments. They over there like on Twain and Swenson. Blank. Like right there, yeah. I know you've been down over by like Dumont and stuff like that, right? How did you know that? Motherfuckers. I know these things, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. What about down off Charleston? On Charleston, East Charleston at the Sunset Apartments. Sunset Apartments, yeah. I don't know what the Sunset. He must say he don't know what Sunset Apartment is. What's down on Dumont? You got people down over there? Yeah. I worked that area for 10 years, and that area is like blank. A Melton, yeah. It's like, I think it's the hottest spot in Vegas, you know? It is. And it's, blank. Honestly, to tell you the truth, on Jesus Christ, out on there in light, you know what I'm saying? Me and my lady and shit broke up or whatever, separated or whatever. There's Mexicans, there's Bloods, there's Crips, there's Hoovers, there's GDs. I hate that area. P Stones, that motherfucker look like Chicago. Question: the GDs, I mean, you name it. Everybody's kind of everybody's kind of there doing their blank. But like I stay to myself though, brother. Like you know what I'm saying? The people I mess with is the people that I know from back home. Like I don't really involve myself into blank, blank, blank. Okay, what they got going on out here, like we don't have Bloods and Crips and shit in Chicago. So a lot of these niggas be Bloods and Crips and all that shit. I'll be like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? I was raised differently. I don't really know about y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really be involved to what they got going on out here. Well, I know you did tracks too with who out here? Cass P? Yeah. Cass is the 60s, right? I think. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't really pay attention. You know what I'm saying? He paid me for a feature. That's it. I ain't got nothing to do with him. Okay. What he had going on, blank. How much did he pay you for that? Like $1,000. All right. You have beef with any local cats out here? I got no problems with no one of these people out here. So why you rolling with a gun? Cause I mean, you know, I'm whole profile. Niggas be out here talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing all type of shit. But question, just to protect yourself? Yeah. What's up with the mask? Man, that shit from Halloween. I'm just asking. Blank. You know, like, blank. We get guys with a mask, gloves, and gun. You know they're out blank. Ain't no gloves or none of that shit in here. Makes us know. I'm just saying, laughs. I'm just giving you an example, you know? Yeah, but I ain't gotta ride nobody do none of that shit. Sure. Like blank. Somebody with my MO, that shit bad luck. Where did you get blank? I never been to the blank. Where did you get this gun from? Blank. Who's that? Kayla. What's her last name? Blank. She bought it? Yep. Where? I forgot the name of the gun store. What kind of gun is it? A 380. I wonder why he admitting to all this shit. Like, why is he admitting to having a gun, admitting to her buying it? Like, is this in a station? Like, was he just like knowing like I'm going to jail and I'm just gonna tell him everything I did? I don't get it. That's why you did 4 years, probably. I don't know the details of this shit though, or why he admitting guilt. Maybe this not just like so he got arrested. Maybe this after the fact, like down the line, once some nigga ready to cop out or something. If it is, that makes sense. But if not, they say anything you say can and will be used. I don't know why you'll be selling them this shit. You say you know who make the gun? Ruga, I think. And you haven't been with her. You said for how long? She's pregnant with your kid, but you don't know where she's at. Yeah, we've been separated for like 2, 3 weeks, really. All right. She have any other guns she bought that you got? No, I ain't got nothing. What about all the stuff from social media with the AKs and blank? That shit. Oh, oh. Is that from Chicago or out here? Blank. That's from Chicago. That AK shit, man. I was a kid. That shit 10 years ago. Okay, blank. But I mean, you see where I'm coming from? You get the gun. Where was the gun on you today when they got it? It was in your underwear or something? Mm-hmm. You can't be rolling around with a gun, right? You're an ex-felon. Can't touch a gun, be near a gun, and that's kind of where we at with that. Mm-hmm. So you say you don't own no more guns? What do you say? Mm-hmm. What's up with the I mentioned to you earlier, the other dude from Chicago, Breezy? He's a black disciple. Yeah, he's in jail. All right, now this hey, hit the like button on bro. This one of them parts. It's a he's a black disciple. Yeah, he's in jail for what? I don't know. You crossed paths with him. Was that out here? Planet Hollywood and the Miracle Miles. Yeah. So he's a GD, you're a BD, both from Chicago. You never met in Chicago. You said like you don't know each other like that. No, like half them niggas that be rapping shit like that. Blank. Chicago so big you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Sure. What's the beef with you and him? Is it just blank? I don't have no problem with him. That shit blank. He got a problem with you or no? Blank question. Blank would have been. He was cool. All right. That video would have been a motherfucker. That he said answer. He was cool. That video would have been a motherfucker got beat up. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't had a problem with him. He ain't had no problem with us. So it's really like Blank being grown about it and talked about the situation. Blank, cause some of the guys that work down here on the strip, they stopped the dude at the fashion show maybe a couple months ago that was cool with Lil Durk, and he wrestled Lil Durk. They ain't say his name. He tell him, "Oh, Snap Dog." They say, "Is that his real name?" He was out here, yeah, a couple months ago. You know, so they're 300s, right? Yeah. And then I mean, they had a lot of casualties on this side, right? His cousin Nunu got killed. Yeah, a lot of them niggas got, well, I don't know if I say niggas, but I'm pretty sure probably a lot of niggas got killed. Capo, who else? He gave an answer, I don't know what. That was high profile. I was too many people, it's too many people to name, it's a lot of them. People die for both. Do they get along with the 300s? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's like they side. So you know what I'm saying? So he breaking down like the gang structure to the police now, to the Vegas police gang unit, and giving them intel. I was just on the live. He kicked me off the live for saying I'm trying to get information. I ain't had to get information for real though, cause I got all the information in the paperwork. That's all you really need. Any 600s out here? No, no. Don't nobody stay out here. Okay, none of them guys. Blank, blank. You know what I'm saying? The only person from like that has something to do with this type of shit that live out here. Well, do you know back over here in Vegas or Vistas by Sierra Vista and Cambridge, some old school GDs or anything? No, I don't. Hell no. Nah. I don't even be in. That's what I'm saying. Really see no GDs. Really don't see no GDs and stuff out here. If they do, you know what I'm saying? They to themselves out here trying to make friends and shit. Okay. But you know, so many people like you go blank. Many people talk crazy like we was gonna kill blank woo woo every day. This shit out here every single day. So I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't be out here messing with nobody. Okay. But you know, so many people like, oh, we read that already. You kind of stay to yourself then? Yeah. What about the people you run with? Who are the dudes who you were with the other night in Cromwell when you got trespassed? A couple of my partners, but I be blank. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They ain't blank. Are they from out here or Chicago? From Chicago. They GDs as well? No. Blank, I'm saying I don't even be gang banging like that, bro. That shit, nobody be gang banging, bro. I'd rather be around my fellas. You see me around my blank. That's really on their business. And you know what I'm saying? Well, when I saw another video with Montana 600 in there, so you cool with them? Do you mean Montana 300? He mean that Montana 300? Yeah, but they think that that's too different. You know what I'm saying? He been screaming 300 like blah blah. I don't know what they trying to say. He basically telling him that's a different 300 that he's screaming. Montana 300, yeah, blah blah blah. He not no. Who's the other dude that just died in L.A. from the blank from the seizure? Fredo. Question: You were cool? Question: Fredo, you were cool? He was 300, right? Yeah. And you're still cool with him? No, I wasn't cool with him. But blank, you know what I'm saying? Blank. Question. Blank. He on this grown man shit. Like he ain't bother nobody. Know what I'm saying? He's blank. Answer. Blank. He moved to the West Coast and stayed in his own lane. He's part of Chief Keef label. Yeah. See, he didn't tell us about the Fredo. None of this shit. 1090 Jake really went easy. He ain't reveal all this information. It's a long interview, y'all. Hit that like button, bro. Y'all tweaking with the likes. I don't know what y'all call it, bro. Get this 450 likes though. So the stuff I saw, you were cool about it. Your condolences and this and that. Who was the dude that was with you that said fuck Fredo? Little hot head motherfucker that came, some from Chicago. Who? His name John. What do they call him? More names you giving up. Now the nigga named John, whoever John is. What do they call him? They call him John. That's it. I guess he just said John. That's a little John Doe ass name. He can slide with that. I guess. Who the fuck is John? We don't know. Is that gonna start some kind of static from him disrespecting Fredo like that? What I'm saying, they be talking crazy on the internet, but you know what I'm saying? This shit ain't. I really don't pay this shit no attention. I just be blank. No, but that's what's no, but that what's up. That little clip, what's up? Oh, he say, but that was up. That why he say that so many times? That little clip was up, and then it was taken right down. Now there's blank. You know, he's gonna send some goons out. You know, right? Have you heard anything like that or about that? Like you worried about that? No. I'm saying I seen it on the internet, but you know what I'm saying? Blink, they just be acting like motherfuckers really have power or something. Just send a motherfucker out, like you know, you're not worried about it. And what about that dude? I mean, they catch that dude back in Chicago. Who? John. Man, he's not even a known factor like that. His face not known to nobody. So, but yours is. You know what I mean? And you're in the video with him. That's why I was up and it was down, right? It was on your Twitter or whatever. He says, man, he not even no known factor like that. His face not known to nobody. So, but yours is. I read that already. It was up. I don't know why they keep taking the shit down. It deletes the next day. Does it? All right. You had something, Schnell? Yeah. Just real quick, Detective Brigandy might have already covered it, but you said that the guns you had, that was Kayla's, right? Yeah. Where did she get it from? I don't know. From blank. Oh, when's the last time she said she had it? I don't know. Have you had it for the couple months since she got it? No, she usually has it. Like she usually be wigging. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When was about the last time did she have it? Any idea? No, not really. All right, that's it. Oh, let me see. We went through all the paperwork. Yeah, basically all the paperwork. And I want to know what y'all think about that. Like, after y'all went through all this, are y'all I'm finna sound like a New York person talking about, are y'all jacking Yella, but are y'all rocking with what Yella did, or is this considered snitching? Somebody let me know. I can smell it. Let me know when we back, y'all. Is we back? All right, but it's saying it's talking about Tubi internet. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all be having them bitch. All right, so look, reading this after reading all this, I ain't gonna say like he directly just incriminated somebody or somebody went to jail for this shit like that. But y'all gotta be mindful, bro. Just cause things are not used today or tomorrow or next year or the next 2 years or the next 5 years, don't mean that they are not usable or they won't use these things. They not just asking this for the hell of it, gang. They asking this shit cause it's asked to their intel. You got more and more people on record saying he's this gang. You got him probably on record saying he's this gang. You got the fans on record saying he's this gang. Do y'all know not know what building a case is? When you build a case, you don't just get information and charge people right away. This shit gets built up and it goes into bigger situations like Rico's. Look at what's going on right now, how they trying to mention Dirk in all these cases and shit. They don't got nothing to do with him. They building a Rico. They want to keep mentioning niggas to tie them to this shit. So you shouldn't be telling police information about people because it could potentially hurt them in the long run. If 600 Breezy and Offset get caught up in a Rico or some type of crazy gun case where then they try to upgrade the charge and say possession by gang member and felon or whatever like that, and he in court saying he in a gang member, but then it's a video. They got interrogations of niggas saying you are a gang member. Fuck what he said in his songs. You said this shit to the police. What do you think that's gonna do? That can affect you. Do y'all not understand how bad that is? I'm not saying like he just like a super rat, like he went in the court, testified, put a nigga in jail. I wouldn't even call him a rat for real. I just say you said too much. That's really what I was trying to say. That was my whole point, was just saying you said too much. That's not good. I get you might make a mistake. You might tell somebody something and not see nothing wrong with it, and your intentions is still to be a real nigga and not be a rat. And you ain't say this because you scared and you want to not go to jail, just more so you might have didn't know no better. You might didn't know why you couldn't say that. I believe you didn't know why you couldn't say that. It's a lot of niggas that don't know why they can't say things. And y'all say I'm the fucking nigga that ain't a street nigga. And I don't even be here trying to portray or claim to be one. But clearly I'm more street than y'all niggas. I know better than to do that. And you will never see nothing, no record of me doing that shit. So clearly niggas is not as street as they make it seem or act, because y'all wouldn't be doing these things, man. Like, be real, bro. I don't even be trying to come at motherfuckers for real. I be trying to just cover this shit and keep it professional. And niggas get mad. And if you get mad at me for stating what you did, that means you mad at yourself for real.